Shove Shark being a silly little goofball. He's just a silly little guy. I don't know why I did the voice. Seemed appropriate. Welcome back, everybody. We're in our Emperor Palpatine era, apparently. I'm actually feeling very cold. Probably because we were watching the top 8 of Fright Night 14 today, and I didn't eat for way, way too long, so my blood sugar's all out of whack, and now I feel very cold. So, you're dealing with Emperor Palpatine for now. I hope everybody out there is doing well. I can definitely feel the strain on my voice at this point. It's becoming kind of difficult to speak, and I can't remember if I refilled my water. There's still a little bit of water left, but I don't remember if I refilled it. But anyway, chat, we're going to be looking at some viewer games. Of course, at the front, let you know, part of the content affiliate program, they give me coffee because I produce Phobies content. So, there you go. Gotta let you know out at the front. Gotta warn people just in case. My wife's hair. So, yeah, we're gonna be looking at some viewer games tonight, chat. We have a lot. There's a lot. So we're gonna get through as many as we can, and we'll kind of go from there. Maybe call it early tonight. Maybe go on a tirade. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so we're getting right into it, right off the bat. We got Gravedigger on Mount Blight. Ted, Jill, and Mummy strat. My original strategy inspired by positive play, and I first worked on the strategy on Opticon, big map, and Billy's Room, small map. This has proven to be very effective. I'm actually very curious about this. We did see Jill and Ted's excellent adventure go up in smoke earlier today in Fright Night. It did not work out very well. Honestly, I think Jill and Ted showed up out of frustration and tilt from the player who had decided to deploy them. We do get a little Shove Shark action. A little Shove Shark showing up early. Shove Shark didn't have nearly as much impact on the event. Is this... We didn't do this game already, did we? Because this game is back from March 10th. The reason I know is because it froze. This is obviously pre-Shove Shark nerf, so we're still gonna... I guess we still got a few of those hanging out. Kind of feels like we did this game. I don't know. I do remember a Mount Blight game with a pre-nerf Shove Shark. I don't remember if it was Gravedigger, though. Is it Gravedigger? I'm looking at the spreadsheet now. Forgot about We Love Spiders. Forgot about We Love Spiders. How many serving sizes is a single spider? This looks familiar. I at least remember seeing... Yeah, we've definitely seen Gravedigger do mummy plays on this map, but I vaguely remember like a Shove Shark in the north. Kinda. I don't know. First... I don't know. What are you guys doing? Like, Luffy called first a while ago, and Luffy probably wasn't even the first because I had to restart the stream because the delay was still on. Don't believe OBS when it says that the delay is off, because it doesn't turn off unless you manually turn it off, which is stupid. Like, it says when you stop the stream, it's like, do you want to discard the delay? Yes. And then it doesn't. It's like, all right, okay. Go to hell, OBS. I've been having so much difficulty with OBS lately. Here's another boop. Got a repeller down here. Yeah, this game is starting to look different. I've watched a lot of Phobies. I've watched a lot of Phobies. A lot of the games start to run together. Yeah, I've had a lot of issues with OBS because my Stream Deck decided to crap its pants. Temptress to kill... What the... I don't want to crap on people. But sometimes I really want to, because it's just like, why? You're telling me Temptress was the best thing you had there? Like, there were no other options? You're telling me, with a straight face, that Temptress was your best option? And swap my games around? If I remember, Urk. If I remember. I need to figure out better ways to do a lot of things to streamline stuff. I realize that going through Fright Night that my patience level for a lot of things has completely evaporated. And I'm trying to be reasonable about it, but it's like, yeah. Someone could pin that message. Which message? Herx? What a first. I don't know which thing you're talking about, Steven. Alright, we get a little mummy. Gravedigger has this thing for mummy. I guess it's thematic with Jill and Ted, but like Gravedigger is really hell-bent on making mummy their phobie, which I think is pretty cool. The Urk message, so oh, I see, yeah. Yeah, Gravedigger is hell-bent on making mummy their signature phobie, which I can appreciate. Mummy's a pretty cool phobie. Mummy's definitely a cool phobie. Dude, really? Okay, I feel like bad guy had to have cooperated here to some degree. Like, why? Sometimes I don't understand some of the replays. Or even when we're watching it. It's just like, there's misplays, there's mistakes, and there's just, okay, you have to be cooperating. Sure. Honestly, the mummy's gonna get another mini-me. Because you're gonna shove Shark it in, it's gonna kill either Temptress or Sheep. That's over 1,000 damage. Or you can just kill the Quagmire, too. I kind of thought the Quagmire was going to live, but completely unnecessary, I guess. I mean, bad guy's just getting bodied here. That's almost 500 damage from Ted. My man's been working out. He's hitting the gym. You think zombies can gain muscle mass, chat? Is that how that works? I don't think it works that way. I don't think zombies can gain muscle mass. This mummy doesn't die. Really? After all that, the mummy's still not dead? Oh my god, it still has like... Oh, jeez. You can't make this up. By the way, that mummy's dealing over 1,000 damage a clip. It's gonna leech so much life. Gravedigger mercifully ending this game. Fair enough. Fair enough. Mercifully putting bad guy out of their misery. GG. Yeah, I don't know, Chad. Sometimes I look at these games and again, I'm not trying to insult people, and I've thrown plenty of games and made plenty of boneheaded mistakes, so, like, I'm not the only person. But it feels like people are bots sometimes. It feels like people are bots or they're in on the joke. Or it's just like, what are you doing? I can't even fathom why you would want to do some of these things, but they do them. They do them. Speaking of which, we're here on Hold Still with kurosame. I don't even know how I won this game. It sounds like bad guy also is in on it, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So, Chad, I am very cold. Very cold. I'm also very tired now. My blood sugar is going to be all messed up for like a day. I don't know what we're going to stream for variety tomorrow. I'm torn between some more Cards and Castles and maybe some spreading of Managed Democracy. I can tell you which one I would prefer to do, but I don't know which people want to watch. Dredge? True. We could dredge. I do kind of want to finish that game. I don't know. We'll decide during the day tomorrow. I got to do a lot of editing thanks to Fright Night. A lot of editing thanks to Fright Night, both the Swiss rounds and the top 8. I was actually thinking of just taking a day off tomorrow and just not streaming. Well, Klepto action. We had a fairly standard opener from our hero here. We've been seeing a lot more Daisy lately. I'm not sure why. Like, are people... Like, did they just get Daisy? You know what I mean? Like, they just got out of a season pack or something? Because Daisy has been making a resurgence, and meta-wise, I don't really see why. Meta-wise, in general, aside from things being generally in flux because of new releases, balance patch, stuff like that, it is interesting watching so many games, both competitively, Fright Nights, Monster of the Week, and then we'll call it more casually when we're saying viewer games. The way... Ooh, the heebie-jeebies special. That is still on my to-do list to make a channel point redemption for that. Also, for the record, Kurosame, when you say, I don't know how I won this, right now it looks like you're dominating them, so I'm not really sure what you're confused by. Just saying. Daisy is a cheap range resurrect phobie. I think there's only 2 range resurrect phobies. And even aside from that, it's still not very good. Well, it's not that it's bad, it's just... It's kind of mid in the more traditional sense, where it's just like, it's mediocre. It's fine. It does more damage than Jin Sting, but its fragility and realistically, resurrect is not a meaningful keyword. And this is where I was going with it, with the... Wait, sheep? Alright, now I'm starting to understand why you're confused why you won. Don't use sheep. Unless it's bad sheep. We saw some good plays with that. Or if you have a Shove Shark. I guess if you have Shove Shark, you can make some things happen. But, point is, the different quote-unquote metas that we see at different skill levels, or even within the same skill level, like around Sum of All Fears 2, Sum of All Fears 3, we'll get, like, we were listening to Potenzia today go on and on and on and on and on about extolling the virtues and the failings of Werewolf and the hard counter that is Rusty. And I'm like, I promise you, no one has put this much thought into Werewolf, and they're just going to fight it like any other phobie. And I think that, overall, Werewolf is a good example of a phobie that's reasonable to do, where it's like, yeah, you don't really... Like, you could have a hard counter, air quotes, assuming Rusty is, but it is a big dummy that punches good. There are other phobies that are much more specialized, like, say, a Tractor or a Heartbreaker or whatever, where if you don't have particular answers... You know, Heartbreaker you can kind of just position against. A Tractor, you could argue is positioning, but I feel like you need certain responses. And if you don't have those, you're in trouble. It makes the game very, very different in these scenarios. So our hero's trying to get some value out of this. Bunching up for the Hevo seems problematic. I do appreciate the double pull here, but, like, how are you going to get this thing into the pit? You can't now. You could yoink this into the pit. Maybe this goes up and then this ends up here. That's not going to work. We have a phobie that's based on a horror myth or something like that. Alistor. Quick takedown on the Daisy there. Like I said, Daisy kind of less than impressive. You get a quick kill here on Cassowary. Nothing really in range for the Heartbreaker, which is going to come online now. Should be coming online now. The thing is that on this map, I think a lot of people want to fish for the Heartbreaker auto kill, which I get it. Believe me, I get it. But there are plenty of plays, like, for example, they could have just sniped the Moffat here. Because the Heartbreaker could have just gone down, teleported the Moffat into bad guy's entire team and just lit it up. And then, okay, you gotta wait, but like, what do they have? Like 5,000 health left? 3 to 2 panic point advantage? Use the Heartbreaker to just take picks. Just get picks where you can. Wait it out. I would have then gone for muffins so that you can purge the poison that would have inevitably happened on the Heartbreaker. Bad guy's taking a different line. They're going to send in AWOL. Sure. Little Toe Jam and Earl. Anybody remember that game, Toe Jam and Earl? I only vaguely remember it. I remember renting it a lot. Maybe not a lot, but I rented it a couple times, and like I remember not really understanding the game. Like I can't remember exactly what the hell the game was about, or like what sort of game it was. Does Bad Sheep have the same idol as Sheeping Gas? I don't think they do. Which, by the way, in all seriousness, I kind of want to try out Sheeping Gas again in light of Shove Shark. It feels like there might be something there. Because the biggest issue is like getting sheep to get in there. And it feels like that's the entire purpose of Shove Shark, is to make phobies like sheep suddenly a thing. And I think this is also where Bad Guy just lost on this turn. I feel like our hero's going to divide their forces. Bad Guy's forces, I mean. Alright, maybe not. I had the same thought. Sheep might be decent now. I want phobies like sheep to suddenly be interesting. It's like, oh, I set up a cool sheep play, but what I think is going to happen is like a lot of things that we don't actually want to have happen. That cannot possibly be the most optimal thing to do. Really? I mean, that is a positive key exchange until this... What? How do you win this game? Honestly, I didn't think our hero was in a terrible spot, right? They had some powerful phobies on the board. Yes, Bad Guy has arguably better ones, but, like, you could position, get some snipes, whatever. But now, like... What? If Bad Guy gets bodied on this turn, that's the only way I see this working out, right? Yeah, we literally just did your game, Gravedigger. Yours was the first in the sheet. So you're the first one down on the list. And also, you're a subscriber, so do the sub-games first. Or give priority to the sub-games, don't necessarily do them first. Okay, seriously, what the hell is happening? Like, how does Bad Guy lose this game? They have, like, half hard health on a big map. They have more phobies. They have arguably better phobies. Okay, so the Hevo's just dead, right? Okay, so Hevo's dead. What level was the Ray? I didn't see that quick enough, Steven. Level 9 Ray. Why can't I click on anything? What the hell? All around 9, 10, 11 range. Not like a big disparity in levels. Okay, real talk. There is no world in which our hero should win this game in this state. Like, it just should not happen. This is a full health Klepto. We have one turn left. Okay, so our hero has to retreat, right? The heart is at 33.75. See, I think this is a mistake. I think what bad guys should have done was send the Jin Sting all the way around the top to cap the offensive panic point by the heart. I'm assuming that this does not kill. What the hell is happening in this game? Are you serious? Is this real life? Wow. Chat, I really feel like this is... I need to put down Phobies for a while because that... If they capped bottom with Heartbreaker, they would have won. There were, like, at least 8 different things they could have done differently in that game that would have secured a win, even once they were down to Heartbreaker Jin Sting. As we've been saying a lot lately, that is, in fact, a game of Phobies. I don't want to... I don't want to just, like, crap on bad guy. So we're just going to leave that one alone, chat. I don't want to crap on bad guys, so we're just going to leave that one alone because I don't know what to say. That... Oof. You know what would be... The only way that would be worse... The only way that would have been worse is if bad guy, like, left the game and was telling themselves, "Oh, I should have had that game, and the only reason I lost is levels," or like they had no idea what went wrong. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just noticed that Potenzi has a sub 50% win rate in Arena. Shout out to Potenza. I probably do at this point, too. Alright, we got Potenza rolling up from a recent Fright Night top 8. Cyberbullying people with broken units is fun. This is back from the 14th of March. About 10 days ago. This minute another game review. Guess I'll have to wait till next viewer game stream. Yes. I mean, you could always watch what we said through the VOD. You can even do it right now if you wanted to. Yeah, Fright Night today took a lot out of me, so we're definitely not doing extra games today. I have to imagine this is a Shove Shark game because that's a Hydra. That's a Hydra. Well, I post all the VODs to YouTube, well, the viewer game VODs. I am going to try and make an effort to get back to posting all of the stream VODs to YouTube. Maybe starting next week. But if you go to videos, like if you go to my channel on Twitch, I don't take the VODs down unless I have a reason to. Like, if I'm going to put something up and it's like, I want to funnel traffic to YouTube, I don't want to leave the VOD up because then it splits the traffic, and I don't get anything out of the traffic from the VOD. So we get erratic as the response here. The thing is, with Shove Shark, erratic isn't really safe. 5 gifted to review my game next. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, I'd probably do it for 1 sub. You don't have to gift 5. I will put a cap on it, though. I'm not going to let you, like, gift 1 sub, review a game, gift another sub, review a game, gift another sub, review a game, because I want to give people a chance to, like people submitted games, I want to let them, but if you want to jump the queue. Alright, so we're going to get a Shove Shark play, probably to go after one. Nah, it's a little early to go Shove Shark. Plus, there's way too much stuff here. Like, that's an AWOL and a boom. That's a lot of net. Wait, what? That's a Shove Shark tickles. Poisoning the Shove Shark. Like, come on. That's just so stupid. Yo, those are 5 gifted subs. Shout out to Gravedigger. Hope everybody says thank you. We got a lot of people who picked up some free subs. I don't know if you were here earlier, Gravedigger. I did say that, I mentioned to my wife that I kind of want to set a sub goal that if I hit like 50 subs, I'll do like a formal stream, as in like I'll wear my suit and tie. I won't actually go to the barber for my beard because that's actually really expensive. Like it's like close to $80 for the barber that's down the street from me, and I'm like, my guy, I don't feel like I'm getting $80 worth of value out of you shaving my beard. It looks good. Well, my wife likes it. I don't like it. That's the thing, is like I don't actually like how it looked. Oh my god. Oh my god. If I was talking business terms too, that'd be funny. Like what? I mean, I could do lots of buzzwords. Double-digit subs again, thanks to me and Luffy. I don't think Luffy's gifted any in a while. I don't know. You got to check the leaderboard. You can change the leaderboard by timing, like how recent it is. Yeah, bad guy getting bodied here. You even have enough damage to kill this Hydra? Just use big words and whatnot. Big words and whatnot. That's funny. Alright, Hydra goes down, but that's a Klepto that's in position. Oh my god, yeah, Potenzi is kind of bullying people here. Okay, real talk, chat. This is a serious question. And YouTube, feel free to mention in the comments. Are small maps inherently broken now, thanks to Shove Shark? I kind of had issues with small maps to begin with. I used to like small maps better than big maps. But it's kind of gotten to the point where I wonder if small maps are just irreparably broken due to things like Attractor and Shove Shark. Attractor and Shove Shark are powerful and potentially issues on large maps, but I think we'd all be in agreement that the issue is much more pronounced on small maps, right? Trapping bow mangles. There's so few safe spaces to stand on that are safe in some. I agree. Like, you just can't get away from them. I know. I get what you're saying, Luffy. I think that it is probably possible for the maps to be okay. But I do think the addition of Shove Shark, like, this is a watershed moment in Phobies. The game is not the same anymore. And that's not a bad thing. Games are evolving products. They are evolving living things, you know, for games that keep getting updates, like Phobies. And I wonder if Shove Shark just pushes things past a certain Rubicon where you have to completely change how you approach games. We were talking about it earlier today at the finals for Fright Night, that the definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing and expecting different results, right? Or at least that's a colloquial definition. And we keep seeing people try to do certain strategies and fail. Maybe Shove Shark is now like the wake-up moment? I don't know. Might be. I haven't had that much trouble yet. I feel like a lot of the community still doesn't have Shove Shark, doesn't know how to use it effectively, even though it's pretty no-brain phobia. Could be. Could be. Shove Shark is just something that that no one would ask for ever? I don't think so. I think a lot of people were asking for Shove Shark. Almost literally. I think people were literally asking for that ability, because I remember having the conversations on stream of, that seems like it's probably going to be an issue. But I think Shove Shark does do a lot of things that even if people weren't literally asking for nudge, it does do a lot of things that ultimately people want, because it adds power. Like we were saying earlier, is Sheeping Gas suddenly a reasonable phobie to play? Because for 7 keys, you can send the sheep in, and instead of a boom, although boom, kerbloom, and kaboom all also get value, you can shove the sheep in and then fartsplosion everybody, and all right, now this thing's actually hypothetically viable. And there are a bunch of other melee phobies that are in the same boat that people want, and this is the exact thing that I brought up before, that the Jackalope Queen example. Don't buff the Jackalopes. Create a Jackalope Queen that makes the Jackalopes viable. Now, Bad Sushi is viable. I'm not joking. Bad Sushi might be on the docket. I know the devs said that they're going to rework it, and maybe their testing has shown that it doesn't matter. Shove Shark, there's too much weight. Like that Bad Sushi is just dead weight. But it is possible that maybe it's significant enough. I honestly don't know. All right, chat, we're coming back to Gravedigger because shout out Gravedigger gifting 5 subs to the Twitch stream. If you want to watch some live Phobies action, come on by the stream. Link in the description. How's that? How's that for a sales pitch segue? Ooh, Gravedigger. Okay, so I gotta know, because Gravedigger's not in, Gravedigger is in chat, rather. Why did you not take the middle tile? Why take this one? Like, you can get these... I guess, like, you're quote-unquote taking this away from your opponent because that is usually the other players, I guess. And then you take the mid here, so it's not that much of a difference. Maybe this is safer. I don't know. Bad Sushi is funny, so I advocate to keep it bad also, hey. What's good, Don Tinkle? I don't know. Don't get me wrong, like, I argue against all the phobies being, and not really, like, argue against, but this is not great. I mean, I guess it's fine. Well, you're going to hemorrhage a lot of board position. I don't love the unicorn. Did we read the notes for this? This is a long game, but entertaining. We did the Heebie-Jeebies Ultimate Special. All right. I would like to see all the phobies be viable because I think all of them have... more or less, there's a couple that are lazier designs than others, and I hate using the word lazy, but, like, some of them are just not as good as others. We'll say it that way. Like, personally, I think Razormouth is kind of boring. I know some people are afraid of cats, but, like, I think Razormouth is kind of boring. I think Electricat, at least, has, you know, it has something to it, and then you have all the other flavors of it, which maybe you need Razormouth to have the baseline to then make the other ones seem more interesting. But anyway, point is that Bad Sushi, it would be interesting if it was potentially viable. However, I understand the reality of making games, and it's just a lot to ask. Like, look at Magic the Gathering, look at Hearthstone, look at Overwatch, look at anything that has unique elements. Once you start getting more and more unique, it's very difficult to balance all the different types and kinds. And as a result, you end up with these situations where, hey, we had this cool idea. We want to do this thing. Great. And then, oh no, it combines with this old thing that we thought was a joke, and then suddenly it's broken. Like, Phobies will very much go that route in a lot of ways. I had a really bad throw later on, sacrificed a Noxious for pretty much nothing, but still came out on top. All right. Phantom can make Bad Sushi viable. I don't know if you're memeing, but, like, that could be true. Spoiler alert. We got double Terraform, which honestly you love to see. What you don't love to see on this map is Fire Ant, unless you have it, and then you love it. But we do love to see blue. I said it earlier today during Friday night when Blue showed up. Yeah, Blue showed up on Friday night. But what the hell is Blue supposed to represent? Like, what phobia is Blue? Ooh, so bad guy accepting the Blue power down. That's kind of the point of Blue, is this sort of thing. The whole point of Blue is so that you can force these sort of power down scenarios. We got double yoink on the side. Sudden noises. That's exactly what people said earlier today. Well, they said sudden balloon popping, which, like, yeah, it's supposed to be sudden noises. Like, is that a cooked klepto? We got some fried eggs? Not quite. Double yoinks here, and you can go attractor into spider, but we got an attractor. Oh my god. Oh my god. Loud noises. What are we yelling about? Okay. Bad guy not quite on the full retreat, but they are pulling back. We do have a couple turns on the terraform, I think. There's the Noxious. Alright, so it doesn't look like it's going to get thrown away here, because there's no way to get to it. Ye old tickles. I want to know, is Tickles, like, what kind of alien is it? Is it actually, like... Oh, there's a heebie-jeebie special. Never mind. I got distracted. Oh, the double special. The Whopper. The... What do we gotta call this? We gotta come up with another name for the double heebie-jeebie special. I predict Noxious dies practically for free. Wow. The Nostradamus of chat. That is Luffy. Luffy, what are the lottery numbers? How do you know that? How do you know that? Are you from the future? Oh, God. You'd be surprised how much streaming can take out of you if you aren't, like, taking proper breaks and stuff. It was revealed to him in a dream. An angel spoke to him. Rocket Man huge here if no one had fire 3 range or lobs. Rocket Man taking over the game if your opponent just has terrible phobies. If your opponent's entire team is comprised of bad sushi, Rocket Man takes over the game. Alright, so we get a big 4 Noxious hit here into a tractor pull. Ooh. Wow, that was actually... That was pretty hype. If only your opponent didn't play Phobies. True. Alright, bad guy getting little counterattack action here. 9 keys to 0. I feel like Jar and Chuck are the only fair 3-range Phobies. Like, actual range 3 as opposed to, Really? They elect to keep the Snowball over the Spud. As opposed to, like, 3 movers like Snowball. Like, Snowball seems fair, right? Classic card game thing. Bro, I was winning until they played cards. It's true. Games would be so much easier if your opponent just didn't do anything every time. Dude, I'd totally be a pro if my opponent just surrendered every time. So you do lose your Noxious here, but I don't feel like this was for nothing. Wait, my prediction was wrong. Noxious died for killing Klepto when he used the ability anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, that Noxious definitely got value. Could you have gotten more value out of it? Possibly. But realistically, I don't know if you could ask much more of that Noxious. Like, I gotta ban my source. No fun in that. Losing is my middle name after all. The heartbreaking truth when you realize they're called opponents for a reason. True. Big true. I was gutted when I learned that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Gravedigger. I think Bad Guy does have a chance here, but you do have a lot of tools at your disposal. I think the biggest thing here is the blue land's a problem. Like, the blue land's an issue. Hilariously enough, the attractor probably isn't too big of a problem here, but the blue and laying down, they don't have forever. They don't have forever, but it is a burrow, and it has the heals. But because of the heebie-jeebie special, they have Clinico too. It's just a lot of healing. It's a lot of healing. Ban my source, yeah. You gotta be careful with that. Can't be letting that false information leak. Heal on the healer? True. Look, it's the first rule of playing any competitive game, right? Is you gotta focus the healer. So if you can heal the healer, yo, get the wall. The ramparts are up. Don't see that every day? True. The gate is closed. It's a heal feast. Bad Guy feeling desperate here. Are you just going to lock them out for the rest of the game? For another 17 turns, you're going to lock them out with Terraform? Dude, you got to be kidding me right now. Like, look at this! This ain't even a heebie-jeebie special. Did you like have a stroke halfway through that sentence, Urk? You couldn't even get it out. Like, what are you saying? I don't know what you're trying to communicate. You were just that hyped over the play, you couldn't even finish the sentence. Imagine what's going through Bad Guy's head right now. Because the phobies they have just don't represent a lot of damage. Bluelian's probably the highest damage dealer they have, and they keep having to drop it back to get healed by Clinico. Imagine being in Bad Guy's shoes. How mad would you be right now? On a scale of 1 to 10. You'd absolutely be a rage monster. Notably 20 traps on my home front. Yeah, I'm waiting for this Bluelian to just get fed up and go in. And then, surprise! Insert me and the boys meme. Oh my god. Wait, why are we breaking the wall? Oh, fair. Oh my god, you can't make this up. Oh my god. I hate this match. Oh, you hate to see it. You know what's funny? Probably the funniest part of this. You know the funniest part of this is the Bluelian has been trying to burrow in. He's been trying to burrow in and he can't because Gravedigger keeps body blocking him out by keeping the walls banned. This is like the two towers. They just keep, except there they actually got through the damn wall. Bro, I want to come to the party so bad, but you keep telling me you ain't invited. Nobody's home. You knock on the door and you just hear nobody's home from inside. It's like, but I can hear you. Oh my god, this is... Wait, are we doing it again? Oh my god, twice in one game? This match is very memeable. This is ridiculous. Boolean just wants to sell you some home security bundles and possibly a landline. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Grailian? Can you take a moment of your time to talk about our Lord and Savior? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I love it, though. This is actually hilarious. Oh, my God. Dude, this guy has got to be pissed. Is this person in the main Discord? Because if they were, I bet they're looking you up. They're trying to message you. Where's the in-game? Imagine if this was Hearthstone. You get a friend request as soon as this game ends. You know what that guy is saying. And no, you don't want to hear any part of it because it's not going to be nice words. Jophoba witness. What? Accepting the obvious toxic friend request is the best part. If you say so. The only thing, the negative thing about this game, like the biggest problem with this game, this, not Phobies, but like this particular game of Phobies, is that there isn't enough heart health for bad guy to try and run his ass all the way to the top while the thing's broken, and then for Gravedigger to lock it again. That would have been the ultimate, like, all right, get out of my game. Dude, that would have been so funny. That would have been so funny. Oh my god. All right, so right now I'm probably going to use the okay, fair clip for the beginning, I think. I gotta write it down. Hold, please. I gotta make some notes so when I go to edit this. I would have broke the walls and ran back to my heart so the traps could kill him. That would have been funny. That would have been funny. Although, you do open the chance of losing, and I think, like, the game just isn't... Excuse me, the game isn't the same if you lose the game. It's like, look at this funny thing I did. It's like, yeah, that was funny, but you ended up losing. If you would have played properly, you would have won. Doing arguably the trolliest thing possible and winning the game with it is just better. Like, it is objectively better, right? I guess if you troll them by drawing them in, I don't know which is trollier. Like, which is trollier? Luring them into the trap or actually just never letting them get to that side of the board. For the record, for anybody who's wondering, this is why panic points exist. Because imagine that game, but there are no panic points. Imagine that game and there are no panic points. All right, chat. We go from a troll game to what I imagine is going to be super sweat lordy. So I hope you got a towel. I'm hoping this match can help people see that the Akira cooldown increase is impactful on countering him. It's arena, so the play is a little sloppy, but I hope it helps people reflect on this. All right, Karst. Shout out to Karst, who's now part of the mentorship program. There's no joke there, just like he is. Shout out to Karst helping out the community. Check Discord in 1 sec. You can show stream if you want. Maybe a week or two ago. All right, hold on. We'll pause this. Hold on. Let me go look. I don't know what that sound effect is, so I don't know if I'll get, like, DMCA'd for that. So I'll have to pull that out of the VOD when I load it to YouTube. For anybody curious, you can check it out in the funny section. It was incoherent, so probably DMCA. Possibly. It's not even like I'm watching something else. Anyway. Anyway, let's see what Karst with the turn 2 Puff. Must be nice. Imagine having Puff. Couldn't be me. So Ryuk, I believe, is another bad guy here. I believe is another Phobies content creator. I believe they're a Phobies streamer as well, because I think they've raided us before, if it's the same person. That's fair, Gravedigger. I don't know. Just to be safe, I'll cut it out, because, like, you know, you can't take any chance with that sort of stuff, but... I don't know where a lot of that stuff lays, because I'm not a lawyer, so... Wait, really? This cassowary didn't one-shot this thing? Karst, come on, man. Level 16 to level 22? Come on. Them's cheats. I don't know if Karst actually watches the commentary. Karst has submitted some games, but I don't know if Karst actually watches the videos. Let me know down in the comments if you're actually watching this video. See how many people do that. I always love when I'm watching a video and they do super silly stuff and they're like, well, let me know about this thing down in the comments. It's like, okay, let's just... I'm watching this video? True. Technically, the stream is a video. There is video. I'm watching a video. All right, we got a little Hevo 2.0. Where is this this mythical Akira showing up? We got Cupcake. I'm doing my part. You know, the memes for Helldivers 2 are real. I love so many of them. They make me laugh. They make me laugh. What doesn't make me laugh is my teammates keep calling in reinforcements underneath their own goddamn airstrikes. Stop! Where they call in reinforcements, like I'm watching them as I'm waiting to be reinforced, and they stop, they turn, they look at the swarm of monsters, and then throw it directly in the center. And it's like, my guy, I don't have an option here. What are you doing? And then I just die as soon as I spawn in. They're like, well, how come you die? Listen, you colossal dick pain. You can't live the orbital laser, you simply do not believe in super enough. True. Gotta want it bad enough. I have sleep yesterday, I think, and I just remember I was the only active. There were a couple people that were active, but not throughout the whole thing. I think when you were there, yeah, there wasn't too many people. Variety type mood, true. Yeah, variety streams are always quieter. So the Akira finally shows up, and this game doesn't last much longer. So here's the notable thing. Here's the notable thing for Karst's point, is that the Akira would have come off cooldown this next turn. And it's obviously not going to. So Karst has the opportunity here to push up pretty aggressively. Hunt ones be dead, true. We occasionally get my hunt opponents show up. Wait, what? Mr. Tramples! Mr. Tramples Gonzo plus Innocuous there? Honestly, this kind of felt as though Ryuk maybe got the Akira online late. There might have been other opportunities to do this, but Karst has a point here that there isn't a great time or a great opportunity here for this Akira. Yeah, that monstrous... Ooh. Sniping the Akira. Yeah, I can see why the game ends from here. I can see it. Morty! Second Morty we've seen today. Average karst bullying clip be like? True. Facts. I got a chest pain watching Kira walk up just to attack once. Now we do get a... Blom. Wait, what level is this? Little bit of bullying here. A little bit of bullying here. Admittedly, like we have had karst submit games where they beat Hoploy, and that is an inverted stress level relationship compared to what we're seeing here. And I don't think it takes away too much from karst's point about the Akira now being late to the party. But there is a level of karst having an advantage here. What, are you just gonna go face? I guess with Morty you can. Ugh. What level does Puff one-shot jar? That's a good question. I'd have to look it up. DT might know if DT's in chat. There was a lesson to be learned from this? Yeah. Like, karst's original point about the reason they're submitting this game is that the Akira... So the Akira did have a window. Like, it could have Akira pulled when... Like, it had the opportunity in the old world. Now it no longer did. So, average karst victim. Swap my games? All right, Eric, are you next? Yes. So, to karst's point, like, I get what... I'm picking up what karst is putting down. All right, we got Urkevina on Castaway. Shove Shark being a silly little goofball. He's just a silly little guy. I don't know why I did the voice. Seemed appropriate. Unequal level, the beam will one-shot jar, but normal attack won't. Okay. Rip max hard health with level 20 phobies. Also true. A fair point. A fair point. Why? Alright, look. It's been a long day. He's just a silly little guy voice. What about main attack? How many level? I assume 1 level is probably enough. That's including the fire, of course. Yeah, that would make sense. It could be more than 1 level, now that I think about it, though. But I was going to say, for this game, it's been a long day. We've honestly seen a bunch of weird stuff. There were a lot of like, as we got closer to the finals and in the finals, they were much more standard games for Fright Night. But... It's a weird noise. We've got more and more standard games as things went on, as you'd expect. Like, the better players are playing more stock and proven game plans, and then eventually, like, they weed themselves down to the finals. And then the finals, we saw some fairly standard stuff. But why the hell would you open Numbskull on this map? It just seems weird. Same as Klepto Cyclops, so it's 400. I didn't realize it was 400 level 1. We were talking about that earlier, that 400 is kind of the standard baseline, and that's the bar to measure how good your damage is. What do you think, chat? What if Inoculus had 375 damage at level 1? What if Inoculus had 375 damage instead of 400? Ah, I see you're in a tractor connoisseur as well. Yeah, like, that Raucous is cute and all, but you can still target everything else. Standard damage, 400. Mummy, level 1, 800. True. Yeah, that's what we said in your first game, Gravedigger. Like, you're trying desperately to make that your signature phobia, and to be honest, I think it's working, but... Oh, man. Speedola. I don't know about that one. I also love Mummy. Mummy's a good phobie. You know, it's also a good phobie. Shove Shark. I'm sorry, what? Am I hallucinating? Like, did somebody put something in my water? The hell is this? What? The notes are about Shove Shark, and my man doesn't even mention Dozer. Dozer for Speedolas? How is that? What? That makes even less sense. How the hell is Dozer an answer for the Speedolas? Dozer's not even going after the Speedolas! This was the most complicated boop of all time! That was far and away the most complicated boop of all time. You don't counter 3 movement with 1 movement 2? No, I'm a fool! That was something good hurt so bad to watch. Dude, what the hell was that? Jesus alive! What in God's name was... How the hell did that happen? Like, that was just so many things to just ultimately Finnegan push that fat bastard out of the map. What the hell? Your opponent, I promise your opponent was watching it like, what are they doing? I'll be honest. This is how I know that I'm not, like, I am very, very good at phobies, right? But I'm not, I get the sense that I would never actually be a top tier phobie because, like, that play is just insane. I don't know that I would ever think of that play. My boy Finnegan is the most expect the unexpected. This is most certainly one of, if not the funniest viewer games of all time. It's one of the viewer games of all time. What in God's... I've been clipping this stuff, so I'm gonna have to pull the clips. Yo, we get the Dozer! Alright, so yes, you could counter the Speedolas with Dozer, apparently. Reminds me of when I'd spend 20 turns trying to set up a Rambolina boop, then lose. The saddest dream lost. Pour one out. I love how we got both Shove Sharks here, which, by the way, I don't know why I've been calling Chevelle Shove Shark. I mean, I know why it triggered in my head. But why have we not been calling Finnegan Shove Shark? He's a shark, and he shoves things. Like, why have we not been calling Finnegan Shove Shark? Shove Shark and Shove Sharky. That was a violent turn. I don't know how to do the alt combo for E. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. All right, we get the follow-up Yeti because, obviously. Oh my god. Down goes Stabby. Shove Sharky. Wait, is the yoink up? Is the yoink up? This yoink is not up. Otherwise, you could have, like, done the same thing. You move the Gravedigger up and pull. Yeah, yoink is down. Otherwise, I would have been so disappointed in you, Urk, for setting up that original boop and then missing this pull. Also, by the way, Urk could lose this game. Not really, but, like, 4-1 panic point advantage. You are taking a beating. Bro's been running the dual good boys. True. I mean, look at that. Look at that pair. The Finnegan takedown just because? Chat, you ever have a chicken nugget and then there's a bone in there unexpectedly? How awful that is. I have to imagine that's what it's like for Shove Shark to be biting Snappy there. I'd like to personally congratulate you on your honorable victory. Yeah. Even with the free... You know what's funny here? Okay, so this is the thing that drives me crazy. Look at this board state, right? It is literally impossible for bad guy to win. It is not possible, and it has not been possible for several turns. Please, devs, if you are watching this... Devs, if you are watching this, I'll even take the hood off so that you know that, like, devs, let us surrender without penalty, please. Come on. Come on. Why are you making this poor person suffer through this? This is worse than when Gravedigger set up the damn wall 5 times and was, like, trolling them. It's interesting that LeShark has a green eye, whereas Winnigan has red eyes. Yeah, I mentioned that before. You only see the green eyes when they bite, though. You can't really, or at least I can't really tell when it's tiny. But it's much more prevalent. What's the Undead Turtle Boy do? He's just a turret. It's just like a Bowmangles variant. I don't know how much damage he does offhand. Did you see a rabbit go by here? Just don't flip me over, please. I don't know what his baseline damage is. I mean, we could probably do the math, but I'm not going to. Never do math on stream. 350 at level 1? Yeah, so it's a little low. But he is undead, and he does have a big butt. Yeah, big butt. All right, we can probably do one more before I got to take a break, chat. One more before I got to take a break. Gin Sting damage? Yes, because Gin Sting's 370 on the bees, I believe. Why am I here? You know what's funny? That's the opponent. All right, just randomst. I did everything from trap style. I did everything for the trap style points. Remember that. Okay. All right. Best name. I don't know. We've had some funny names. There was some funny names. There was one. Wait, I forgot what it was. There was one that really made me laugh the other day. Why am I here just to suffer? The meme. All right. Standard openers here. We'll see what happens. I will say, chat, after some of the frustrating things going on for Fright Night, this was absolutely a successful viewer game experience because it made me laugh so much. Oh, yes, Steeble Beep. I forgot about Steeble Beep. That name is just so stupid. Like, what the hell is that name? Steeble Beep. That name is so dumb. beep. I don't know why that makes me laugh so much. I want to steal that name for something. Maybe I'll use it, like, that'll be my alt account for other games, so that people don't know, like, they don't know they're playing against me. Chat's gonna roll up in Helldivers, not realize, they're gonna see Sneeble beep and they're gonna know. Okay, the trap animation for Leela is actually horrifying. Like, that is actually horrifying. Although, you know what Leela reminds me of? Reminds me of my old D&D gnome wizard named Pimpo Tweedle. What? What the hell is that? That definitely sounds like a dwarf, a gnome name. It's like the time I almost threw up laughing at Vendor Dick Cumberdale. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Okay, so I think I see where the trap memes are going with this. I have a feeling just randomst is trolling their opponent a little bit. Dude, gotta love the Goon squad, though. Goon was such a great addition to the game, both in terms of gameplay and, like, it came in the Halloween update. Obviously, it's got the Jason motif and, like, it's undead with a hockey stick that's somebody's arm or leg or something. I'm assuming that's an arm because that kind of looks like a thumb. It just like everything about it, it's great. But I was going to say, Leela reminds me of Magi Nation. It feels like an underneath dream creature. Leela reminds me of Poison Mushroom from Mario and the Lost Levels, the one that's purple. I never played that, but Ooh, get the Blom there. Beating up the Leela. The EBGB special, not like this! Goon definitely played for the Islanders. I'm not a big hockey guy. I'm not a big hockey guy. Like, I know the Islanders, but, like, I don't know enough about the Islanders to have any opinion on it. 4-1 panic point advantage. There are a bunch of traps. Sniping the spider. Yoink. Notably, bad guy does not have any lobs, though. So our hero is under pressure. With zero fear in their heart, apparently, because they're not putting any one key. Like, I would have expected somebody to put one keys on the board to, like, reclaim panic points. Sneeble beep. That's gonna stick with me for a few days. I'll forget it by, like, Wednesday. I might actually go out and play some Pokemon and Star Wars Unlimited this week, chat. Some locals events. All right, there we go. We got some one keys here. I think we got 1 or 2 more turns on Heartbreaker. We're maxed out on our hero's side. That should be maxed out on bad guy's side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. What is the purpose of the Woolly Bully here? Like, the entire team is quite clearly set up on the premise that you're going to run into traps and or I'm going to Heartbreaker you. What is the Woolly Bully doing? Honestly, our hero is playing this incredibly patiently for somebody that is just exposed their heart, down 4-1, and doesn't seem very interested in reclaiming points just yet. 10 keys to 9 remaining. Oh my god. Honestly, like, this was great. This is bait. This had to be bait. Oh, with the double trap! Oh my god. No! No way! No way! No! Are you serious right now? That can't be real. This can't be real. Got him! Oh my god, Trap
Chat, the highlights. Like, you, come on. Imagine bad guy doing all that and then clicking end turn and feeling confident. You're like, yeah, we're going to close this game out. About that. By the way, Heartbreaker just... I love Heartbreaker's attack. It just slaps you. Straight up slaps you in the face. Oh my God. My God, my God, why have you forsaken me? See, it's topical because it's the Easter season. By the way, I think Heartbreaker's back up. The Heartbreaker's back up too. Oh my God. Get him. I'm telling you, that animation is horrifying looking. I don't know why it's so unsettling to me, but it is. Baiting the goon bomb. Bad guy with zero fear. Not like this. Oh my God. Bad guy getting cooked by these traps. Just getting cooked. How many times are we gonna have to teach you this lesson, old man? I don't need Doom Doom. I don't need Doom Doom. I don't need Doom Doom. I don't need Doom. Is that what bad guy's telling the therapist? Why is there no kill mechanical phobies with Poison Quest? Honestly, I'm confident that it existed at one point in time. Like, it 100% existed, because I don't have any proof of this, but I am confident that the Phobies team, when they first designed the quest system, just did it with a spreadsheet, and just auto-filled all of it and then imported it into the game, because, like, the quests are mostly rote, right? And they had to make changes to prevent some of the impossible ones from happening. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know what that reference is, Luffy. I didn't realize it was a reference. I mean, bad guy's putting in some effort, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. What's our hero down to? Jar does actually leak fluid when it cracks. SpongeBob, fair. I feel like in modern times, if somebody's making a reference, what is it more likely to be, a Simpsons reference or a SpongeBob reference? Because it feels like it's SpongeBob at this point. Goon has a weird death noise. That's a weird one. It's like, it's more powering down than anything else. It's like, sounds weird. Feels like a mech death noise, not a undead hockey player. Very well played, Just Random. Very well played. Very, very amusing. Goon is secretly a robot. I mean, it isn't uncommon when you're playing sports to call somebody who's very good at what they do a machine. So, I mean, maybe. It's so weird seeing Leela be so fast. Because honestly, I was thinking like, oh, well, they can't necessarily get the Leela down there to stop or help out quickly enough. But then they did. I'm a machine at eating crab legs. No, I haven't had crab legs in a long time. But GG. GG. I don't know what we're going to use for the cover for this chat. I'll just make up something random. But I'm going to take a quick break. Got to stretch my legs since I didn't do that earlier today. We'll put on this game. One of these games. Put on this. I'll be right back, chat. Don't go away. Hit the wrong button, chat. Hit the wrong button. You get a little taste of the intro again. Welcome back. Alright, what do we got? We just did the Just Randomst game. Alright, we'll keep moving. We've had some long games tonight. We want to make sure we hit our target goal, because they're building up again. People are submitting a lot of games. Succubusaloo here on Mount Blight. This one's going back a ways. Aggressive play from the opponent. Focus on tiles only at first. All right. Sounds like we're in for more of a more serious game. More serious game than some of the other ones that we've seen tonight. Some of the... What? Okay. As soon as I say that, people open boom. There are 2 1 keys that drive me in... Well, there's more than 2, but 2 of the 1 keys that drive me insane when people put them on the board early are boom and boomer. Stop doing it. It, like, never ends well. I hate that this is not going to be punished. So the problem with this is super aggressive, but the problem with this is that our hero is going to be able to kill the Maggie and neither... Wait, what? Why not kill the Maggie? I wonder if our hero does not have access to Snowball. This one's obviously going back a ways. The reason the replay broke is because this is pre-patch Shove Shark. By next week, hopefully we won't have any more of these because we should be outside the realm of that. Need to drink a lot of water, chat. I didn't want to have more coffee or tea, so I had a can of soda. I shouldn't be having soda, but I wanted a little bit of caffeine. I just didn't want a ton because I do need to sleep tonight. Gesundheit. I do appreciate the attack animation for Gesundheit and Microscopic, which, by the way, when are we getting a third one? When are we getting a third germ? Every time I see them... Oh, we get a little rusty. Every time I see Gesundheit and Microscopic, I think it's Bone Crusher in the Transformers animated 86 movie, where he goes, human germ, and it's like about to crush Daniel or something. Was it Bone Crusher, or was it... I don't remember if it was on the fight... Now, I gotta watch the movie again. I don't remember if it was the fight at Autobot City. No, it couldn't have been fight at Autobot City. It would have been on Planet Junk. Probably. I think that's where it was. Now I gotta rewatch it. Like, I can picture the line in my head, but... Ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. You got bills to pay. You got mouths to feed. Ain't nothing in this life for free. Shout out to my Borderlands fans. What do you think, Chad? Is that going to be a good movie? I'm going to watch it. Shove Shark! Doing Shove Shark things. Okay, whoever designed the spiders, I feel like we talked about this before, but whoever designed the spiders in Phobies really looked at a lot of pictures of spiders. Because the from the Henrietta standing up and like putting its legs up so it makes itself look bigger, which a lot of animals do, but spiders, like you see tarantulas do that. I'm sure other species of spider do it. But the way that succubusaloo curls up when it gets hit, the movement on all of them, including Moffat. You know what we don't have, though, that's interesting? Well, first of all, we do have a Rusty pinning the Sucky. Sure. Eric Foberts definitely loved looking at hundreds of pictures of spiders, or maybe they hated it. You know what we don't have is a spider trapper, which would logically make sense, or a spider with burrow, or a spider with invisibility. You gotta need to be accurate to the species and yeah, but like these aren't like we don't actually have a tarantula phobie. I mean, I guess you could kind of say like succubusaloo is, but like I said, a lot of spiders will do that like rearing up thing. Most animals, maybe not most. I don't know if that's true, but like a lot of animals will do that because most animals see a bigger thing and they go, "Yeah, I'm not messing with that." Because even if you can, in the animal kingdom, like even if you can take it. It's just not worth it because it's like, okay, well, what if it grievously injures me or just injures me enough that now I'm prey? Moffat shoots web. Moffat is the cause of Spider-Man war. Possibly. You heard it here first. Miss Moffat created Spider-Man. Raucous to protect from Sparky, huh? Yeah, our hero did stabilize. This is kind of how this map goes. Or did initially, anyway. I don't feel like we've seen a lot of the hyper-aggression on this map that we've seen, for example, when it first released. What? I don't even know what that means, Steven. Right, we got a little squiggly action. I mean, bad guys, they're committing to the game plan. I'll give them that. Ooh, the shove shark boop in order to get the takedown and then move off the lava. Fair. Boomer down. 14 keys. Succubus doing their best alien engineer impression. Little hydrate coming in. Yeah, our hero stabilized some time ago. Even though they are running low on health. Bad guy was heavily committing to this game plan, but couldn't quite get there. Honestly, I personally really like Mount Blight. I think it's a decent map. If I create my own custom map pools, Mount Blight's going to be in there. Do we have a whale phobie? Buffalo Will? Squiggles and Eternal Night, my two most unused 2 keys of all time. DT used to push Eternal Night a lot, but that was early on in the game's lifespan. We did see Eternal Night put in work today in the top 4. I think it was top 4. Squiggles definitely has been on the fringe. Squiggles is definitely on the fringe comparatively. Admittedly, bad guy, like 1880. Eternal Night is weird with eyelets damage and health make it pretty annoying. What? 1880? 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880. 1880
That had to be autocorrect, but I don't know what word that is supposed to be. I have literally no idea what word that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be it? You got auto-corrected there. Although, to be fair, I had something today. I forget what it was. I was trying to say something like check-in, and autocorrect changed it to Josh. What? Doesn't even make sense. I loved Eternal Night until I opened Bad Omen, Cassowary, Creep, and Haffy. I think Eternal Night's better than Haffy. I'm not even trolling. I'm not a big fan of Haffy. Oh, excuse me. The beauty for the hell of it. Autocorrect is amazing, but also terrible. True. True. Big true. Alright. For future reference, just kill their phobie. Like, you don't need to do this! Why do people do this? It's so unnecessary when you're winning. GG. GG. Eternal Night can threaten Jar, even in death it can still threaten Jar. I mean, yes, that's relevant, but that isn't even where I was going with it. I was just going to be like, well, people won games with it in Fright Night. The only people who played Haffy lost. Can't argue with the facts. Can't argue with facts. Can't argue with noobsim being our hero here on the Big House. Art Rush of the year. Still a very young year. Although we're almost in quarter two. Time does fly, chat. It's not... The reason it's been flying for me is this has not been a good year. This has been a terrible year for my health. So... The year's going by kind of quick. For me, anyway. Hopefully it's going better for everybody else out there. But, what do we got here? noobsim, standard opener. Fair enough. A little creepy action. Why is Creep breathing so hard? Is that part of, like... Like, watch Creep's idle animation. Doesn't it... Is this supposed to be, you know, it's like a creepy person who's like breathing real, mouth breathing real heavy? I appreciate that, Gravedigger. Depending on who you ask. If only the good die young, I'm gonna live forever. He has asthma. Don't make fun of him, he has asthma. Well, he doesn't have a nose. I mean, I'm not criticizing the mouth breathing, although you could definitely make an argument for that. It's more just how much... First of all, he's undead, so why is he respirating at all? Like, why does he even need to breathe? Second of all, he feels like he's breathing a lot. Like, the guy is hyperventilating. Get him a paper bag to breathe into or something. So our hero here banking up to 9. This, you don't see this very often. 4-1 panic point advantage for bad guy on the Big House. All right, creepy mouth breather goes down. I was about to say, are you going to offer up your team to get boomed here? I didn't think you'd want to let him do that. Bad guy could get aggressive, get a 5-0 panic point advantage, and snipe the jar, and then get, like, hard punished. So instead, they're going to take down the cassowary. Another Daisy. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Daisy. Daisy is cool. Daisy has a special place in my heart, but I have a hard time justifying putting Daisy on the board most of the time. I could see it more in Fright Night or Monster of the Week because everything's level 1 and maybe, okay, I want a 4-drop, but one with higher damage output. But on ladder, most people's Gin Stings are going to be higher level. Daisy is lazy, but also crazy. What is this, like a Dr. Seuss novel now? Dr. Seuss does Phobies? And we already got Klepto. Dr. Zeus phobia idea. Would it be mechanical or undead? Good thinking. I mean, a lot of people were equating erratic to like a Dr. Frankenstein-esque character, who I guess experimented on themselves. I don't know. Dimensional. But I feel like having an actual Dr. Frankenstein like that would be kind of cool. Bad guy invests most of their keys in a fire ant, which looks like it's going to snipe our hero's jar? Why did that jar have to die? French fries. Rambolina? What is... Oh my god. What is happening in... What is going on with these games tonight, chat? Like, why did Rambolina just show up? Speaking of AWOL... Speaking of AWOL... How does our hero win this? I mean, they do have a big panic point advantage, so I guess that's how? Really? Why didn't bad guy take the center with the... you know why? They're probably fearing a trap. They're probably fearing a trap. Honestly, I think you send the Daisy in. Because even if it dies, you can kill Ginsting, and then it's like, you're winning 2-1. And you know there's no longer a trap there, and you can put your own trap there. Like, that probably cost bad guy the game. Oh my god. 3 health. Look at this fire ant. It is enormous. Unreal. I don't know how our hero won this. Like, this felt like bad guy just flung this game into the sun. Bad guy just took this game and threw it into the sun. GG. You take those. A win is a win. Bad guy threw harder than Chuck. Big true. Big true. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 2 more. We got 2 more. I think I got 2 more in me before I collapse from exhaustion. Ooh, we got a nice low stress level game. You love to see it. Or do we? Because they didn't favorite the game?
All right, we got lucky. This game was still on our hero's profile because it wasn't favorited, but we got to it quick enough. Our hero here is Bepositive. Welcome to the world of viewer games, Bepositive. Struggling on early game and came back with Brony. Now, I did notice that this appears to be a lower stress level game. As we're zoning in, oh yeah, that's a level 6 corn. This is Positive plays alt account? Good question. Good question. Now, every time somebody brings up their alt accounts, I'm like, should I create an alt account? And I'm like, nah, I just don't want to. I don't want to have to go through it all over again. But I do remember fondly the days of when I had 100% win rates all the way up through, like, Doomsday. Is my game next? I don't know. I gotta go look at the spreadsheet. Gotta look at ye old spreadsheet. Alright, so we got dueling gravediggers here. Why? Oh, Christ. The 55 turn game, chat. Alright, we're just letting this one run. Why is this a 55 turn game? On this map? Ah, the good old days when I had less than 40 phobies and dreams. Back in my day, we didn't have 4 million phobies. I feel like there's a heebie-jeebies special being set up by both players here. Not gonna lie. Why is this a 55 turn game? Do they just trade 1 keys back and forth? Assuming this is not an alt account. And this is like a newer player, I could absolutely understand why this becomes a 55 turn game, because both players are low stress level, therefore probably low experience. The natural inclination is to just trade 1 keys back and forth, right? Because it's safe. But we do have a little banking happening, and Shove Shark shows up on bad guy's side. Klepto is the response from our hero. Oh, hiccups. Yeah, I just took a peek real quick. Steven, we don't have your game for a while. There's several in between. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, not counting the one that's up next. So 6 total. This is definitely not Positive plays alt. Fair. The staring contest continues, chat. They're both trying to manifest their Superman-like powers and shoot lasers by staring really hard. So what would we have liked to have seen? Because once you're in this kind of gameplay loop, you're both somewhat stuck. I mean, our hero does have the advantage of having a button to push aside from the terraformer, which means that the unicorn can lay these traps, can make something happen. Figured this was going to happen, but this is not going to be enough damage to kill this Klepto. Okay, so it's just a hit and run. And here we see how having an odd number of panic points doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't 100% solve the issue, but it certainly is better than having an even amount of panic points that are safe. The real issue is safety of panic points. And in this case, safety of hearts. Okay, they literally just passed? I want to read a book while this match goes on. So, to DT's point about the panic points, I think the issue here is Although from what I've seen people say, this map does devolve often into stuff like this. Staring matches. A big part of this particular game is players just not doing anything. And here's where our hero elects to go Brony, and to be honest, Brony is as good a choice as any. I do love Phobies ambiance when I go to sleep. It's pretty good for that. Little Phobies ASMR. Phobies ASMR to nap to. What happens if you set a trap on the same tile as an enemy trap already is? They disintegrate. They kill each other. Boop! Double hits from the old Klepto. I don't love the positioning of our hero's Klepto. Oof. Alright, so you clear this with Jar. If it's an AoE trap, it's triggered, yeah. Like, the traps will go off. First trap active. Yeah, the existing trap activates. Sorry, I should have been more clear. So this entire exchange, like, the Brony has done nothing yet. I mean, I guess it prompted Bad Guy to go in, who still has 6 keys. This really feels like Bad Guy should not lose this game. Bad Guy should not lose this game. Admittedly, they walked into a trap here, but quite literally. Really? Wait, what? Okay, so there's a lot of points to say about this game. One, the whole one-key trading war. I think the Brony was actually a good idea as a stalemate breaker. I don't know what our hero's collection looks like, but there's obviously other opportunities. The Unicorn was definitely a good idea, setting up the traps, maybe set them up, push a little bit aggressively, try and set them up. But I think there were Brony plays that could have happened here that could have materialized that didn't. I guess you got to do what you got to do to have saved your Klepto. Does the trap kill the Eternal Knight? That guy's in for a rude awakening. Ouch. Here's where you're just going to body Bad Guy, because they're going to have to run into the minefield. This was a good setup. I mean, it ultimately worked. It does feel like, as mentioned, that... I mean, we could nitpick a whole... but maybe not even nitpick. We could just criticize a lot of plays here. I don't think that's really necessary. Why are we not spending our last key? Why? You don't get extra points for hanging on to the keys. I still had all these. Honestly, if Bad Guy had gotten Shove Shark involved combat-wise sooner, this game may not have worked out in favor. No more one keys. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Being this low stress level, it's entirely possible they just straight up ran out of one keys. Who takes the dimensional damage when it dies to traps or map hazards? So you're saying if a dimensional dies on a trap, nobody. It just croaks. Get a little brony dance, locking. Shove shark out. Triple panic, point advantage. GG. Well played. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we could try and criticize about this game, but ultimately I think it boils down to having a more robust game plan than just trading the one keys. And I think the brony was a good idea. Setting it up with the Gravedigger while it was still available to try and block stuff out, force your opponent to certain positions. I think you had other opportunities to leverage the brony, but ultimately it worked, so GG. All right, we got somebody else new to help close out this rendition of viewer games. Bronze Elf 2345. Sure. I'm getting closer to Akira, and I want to avoid the mistake that led to Akira losing here so I can properly use it once I get it. Sorry if this is too long for the notes. Trust me. It's not even close to the longest notes. It might not even be the longest notes tonight. let alone for this. So our hero here in the blue trunks, I don't know what they're doing. Why did you open Blinky? The Blinky opener, I'm not going to lie, is a new one. Blinky opener is a new one. I'm always of the opinion the earlier you can get Terraform online and use it, the earlier you can get it back. And more than one Terraform is better than one Terraform, generally. I'm getting tired, chat. I'm slurring my words. Little phantom action. He's so veiny. Is that a dead cowbell? Please tell me that doesn't die. Oh, not like this. Not like this. Why did that cowbell have to die? Why do you hate cowbell so much? What do you hate most about cowbell? Tractor, safe bet. So Phantom should be online, which means that attractor is a big ol' threat. We do get the heebie-jeebies special. But that should be a dead attractor. Or dead Inoculus, rather. Wait, what? I guess you may not be able to pull it. It may... So there's two ways to think about this. It might not have pulled it, but then you could force the pull by moving the Blinky. And then you move the Blinky back. Or... it... I don't know. You just want to save the yoink, maybe? I don't know. So here comes Akira, the big bad itself, recently nerfed. We did see it go down in a karst game on this map, interestingly enough, earlier. So capping the point with the Blinky is interesting. I mean, this thing's going to die anyway. The poison damage on Sock Acid is just so high, it's wild. Plus, leaving it up there. Wait, what? Okay, so that seems unnecessary on this turn.
I get what you're going for, because you don't want the attractor to get pulled. But you locked out your own attractor here, and they're not ready yet. Now, our hero may have not realized, thinking about it in terms of the old attractor, but, like, you've double locked yourself out of getting to your own panic point here. I guess you have the Noxious so you can fly over, but bad guy seems to be going for a double Speedola play. Yo, Glob with Phantom. So the big mistake that I think bad guy's making here is they don't have any support for the Akira. So the Akira wants to obviously set up powerful yoinks, but I don't know if Speedolas are the way to go about it. And by I don't know if, I mean they're not. Bad guy not even putting the other Speedola on the board. They put Fetch on the board. All right, well, there's your answer as to what not to do with Akira. Don't use Fetch. I kind of get what they're trying to do here, but no. This ain't it, Chief. Pterodactyl. Honestly, the flyers here as an anti-abyss tool is okay. You got to be really careful with the positioning because... Oh, there's the other Speedola. This is an out-of-cook bad guy. Yeah. Well, bad guy knows how to get cooked, but... That Akira's been waiting a long time to do nothing, essentially. I was going to say this might be a better highlight of not sort of anti-Akira, but like Akira weaknesses than the Karst game. But I think they might be on the same level. It's just showcasing different things. Like in Karst game, Karst was able to push through what amounted to a narrow gap and now extra turn on the warm-up. Whereas bad guy, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They now have they have 5 melee phobies. They have 5 melee phobies on a map that is ultimately going to revolve around these abyss tiles. The thing about Akira and all the other displacement phobies is that, yes, you can get auto kills with abyss tiles. But most commonly, you need the rest of your team to support them, and the whole point is that without them, your opponent would easily be able to outposition you, or just position away so that you can't commit properly to engage them. But instead, like I said, there's a bunch of melee phobies. Admittedly, the Speedolas are 3 movement, but they're still melee. Now, that being said, it is true that our hero has a panic point advantage, which is pretty relevant in this instance. Having the panic point advantage means that bad guy has to be more careful of any potential invade or aggression. Alright, so they take out the Phantom, which kind of neuters the Glob. But this Klepto, I don't know what the hell it's doing. Fair enough. Get the yoink onto the Glob. Cassowary kill Glob connection? Maybe not? Glob has another move, doesn't it? There we go. Yeah, you want to get the damage in before you nom nom. Notably, the Speedola still does count as being on the board, so they
The red one still gets the buff. I guess the fetch was intended to be a counter to the glob, but just kind of got left out in the cold out of this fight. Building the wall up in the north. Yeah, despite the Akira pull, just like nothing ever came together for bad guy here. They didn't set up a very powerful play. But that's the thing, is if you're going to Akira pull, it needs to cripple your opponent. Because if you don't, they're going to cripple you on the counterattack because you're also displacing them and getting them into a better position. So because you control when it happens, you can just decide, okay, now. And right now, I'm going to come out way ahead. But they didn't do that. They got like one kill. Breaking the fourth wall. That should be the VOD title. I feel like there's a Cask of Amontillado joke in here somewhere. Just can't think of it right now because I'm tired. Bad guy just raging. Nothing they can do here. GG. This one's obviously we're watching the death throes. Yeah, I don't know if there's too much more to add to this one. I don't know if there's too much more to add to this one. Just kind of comes down to bad guy, just not a very good Akira setup. Bad guy running for their life. Not gonna make it out. I don't know why they ran away. Like, what was the point? Tractor pulling on the heart. GG. I think that was our 10th game, chat. Technically 11 because we did the bonus Gravedigger one, but that's okay. I'm wiped out. I'm going to call it a night. We'll be back tomorrow. We got some variety. I'm not sure what we're going to be playing. I'll decide sometime during the day. Probably Helldivers or Cards and Castles. I do want to get back to Dredge. There's a lot of variety games. I've talked about it before, that there's a lot of variety games that I want to play on stream, but we just don't have enough variety nights to do them all. I have gotten a lot of people asking on YouTube, a lot being kind of relative, but a lot of people asking for more Cards and Castles content on YouTube, so we'll see. Or Mortal Kombat. I haven't played Mortal Kombat since Helldivers came out, which is not a knock against Mortal Kombat. I've just been playing a lot of Helldivers. It's a lot easier for me to just jump in and Helldive, whereas Mortal Kombat is more of a try-hard game because of the competitive nature. But I should get back into it. I've been wanting to play it, but between Fright Night and other projects going on, I just haven't had time to play a lot of other games, whereas Helldivers I could get in, just play a game, and to be honest, most of the time the game crashes, so it's like, alright, I guess it's time to stop. But it is what it is. But for now, chat, we're going to call it a night. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. Let me know about your feedback for Fright Night. People are interested in tournaments. Hit up the Discord, but that's going to do it. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time for more Random's Thoughts.